రికార్డింగ్ ఆన్ చేస్తున్నాను.
రికార్డ్ పண்றாங்க.
సాలక్ష్మి గారు, 10 ఏళ్ళ నుంచి పిల్లలు లేని వాళ్ళకి అంటే 10 years నుంచి నాట్ గెట్ చిల్డ్రన్, దే ఆర్ కన్సీవ్డ్ ఆఫ్టర్ డూయింగ్ క్యూఫిల్ మెడిటేషన్, రైట్?
అవునండి.
హూ డన్ ద క్యూఫిల్? ఎవరు చేశారు క్యూఫిల్ మెడిటేషన్?
ఆవిడకి క్యూఫిల్ నేర్పించాము.
ఎవరు అంటే ఆమె అంటే వైఫ్ కా?
అదే వాళ్ళ డాటర్ కి, నా ఫ్రెండ్ డాటర్ కి.
ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే.
నా ఫ్రెండ్ కి కూడా నేర్పించాను. నా ఫ్రెండ్ చేసింది, వాళ్ళ డాటర్ కూడా చేసుకుంది.
ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే.
నా ఫ్రెండ్ ఎక్కువ చేసింది అన్నమాట.
మీ ఫ్రెండ్ అంటే వాళ్ళ డాటర్ కి అంటే కన్సెప్షన్ వాళ్ళ మదర్ అన్నమాట.
అవునండి, కూతురు.
ఎన్ని రోజులు చేస్తున్నారండి?
ఒక 15, not more than 1 month, sir.
Wow. Within 1 month of QFIL meditation, 10 years of unable to conception, now they got conceived.
అవునండి. కాకపోతే more than half an hour ఎక్కువ సెట్ చేశారు.
వెరీ గుడ్ మ్యామ్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. యా మేడం, ఇంకోటి చెప్తున్నారు మీరు.
దాని తర్వాత ఇయర్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉండింది సార్, మిషన్ ఉండింది ఆవిడకి.
ఓకే.
ఆవిడ చాలా రోజుల నుంచి, దాదాపు ఒక 4-5 months నుంచి ఆవిడ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తుంది. అయితే ఇప్పుడు ఆవిడకి ఇయర్ ప్రాబ్లం కూడా సాల్వ్ అయింది.
ఎంతకాలం చేస్తుంది?
ఒక 3 months చేసింది సార్.
ఈ రకం లేదమ్మా, మిల్క్ వైట్ ఉన్నాయి మరి.
జస్ట్ 3 months మ్యామ్.
అవునండి.
వెరీ గుడ్.
ఇప్పుడు మిషన్ తీసేసినా వినిపిస్తుంది ఆవిడకి.
Okay, the hearing record within a 1 month of QFIL meditation. Now without a hearing device also she able to hear right now.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Excellent ma'am, excellent. Very good ma'am, thank you. Thanks for your feedbacks. Yeah. Good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. This is Ms.Sasikala from Chennai. May I share about perceptual tapping?
Yeah, why not, ma'am? You can share.
Sir, 1.5 months back, my husband was diagnosed as being COVID positive. And within 5 days of being COVID positive, he was also diagnosed with dengue. So double dhamaka it was like. And his oxygen levels one day dipped very badly to 85. And his fever came very high to 101. I don't know, just the day before, I got a link to see your perceptual tapping in YouTube, and you had specified in it that the disease name should not be focused on. We should only focus on the healing and what we require. So I just did that. Within 2 days, within that day, his fever subsided, and within 2 days, his platelet levels came to normal value, started to increase, and his oxygen levels are now being maintained at 98-99. Thanks to you so much, sir. Thanks to you. And I am continuously doing it. And
you done the tapping on yourself or on your husband, ma'am?
Sir, sorry.
You do the tapping on yourself or on your husband?
My husband is doing for himself, but he's not regularly doing it. When I force him, he does it. But I do it, and perceptual tapping also I do it when I feel when I feel the need to do so. When I get the higher guidance, I do it. Definitely, and it is a wonderful technique that you have given us, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I wanted to
Thanks
share
for your feedback. It's God's blessings, ma'am. That's the
Thank
way,
you,
that's
sir.
how the pH methods works. When we look into with the whole surrenderness, practice the pH methods, we observe the miracles in life, even
It is, sir.
instantly.
It is, sir. This is a living proof of it. But
Yeah, great.
unfortunately, I couldn't focus on my mother-in-law, but I don't want to go into negativity there. Sorry about that.
No problem,
Thank you.
ma'am. But if still carrying the grief of your mother-in-law, you need to work on that.
Yes, sir.
If you have
I will.
guilt or grief about your mother-in-law, you need to work on and heal yourself.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. I'll
Okay.
do so. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thanks for your feedback.
Welcome.
Anyone were interested to give your feedback?
Myself, Sir Katpaham
Hi, ma'am.
from
Go
Chennai.
ahead. Chennai.
Thank you so much, sir, for this teaching. I used this perceptional breathing technique. Inhale my favorite God energy and exhale all the difficulties. It is excellent. Like each and every moment, it is like, I feel like I'm in a bliss. And the difficulties is disappeared from my mind. And I didn't even see that. It is like everything is possible and everything is like easy. That kind of energy I can feel at home and work and everywhere. Thank you so much for this precious technique, sir.
Great, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. Anyone else interested to give your feedback?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Alva, ma'am, you can. I will unmute you. Yeah. Alva, ma'am, do you want to share any testimony of yours?
No, sir. No, sir. I just wanted to wish you.
Yeah.
Our life is divine and miraculous because of the methods which the divine has helped us through you. We can't thank you enough. So I always say that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Right. Okay, friends, we will start the session. If anyone want to share your feedback or if you have any doubts, you can come to chat box or you can unmute yourself and ask. And after the topic, you ask your questions. Don't ask or interpret while going in the topic. In last Sunday, we discussed about how the stress works, how the map of consciousness influence of your life, and how to use the map of consciousness for highest good. And if we carefully work on map of consciousness, it simply says this, it's work on our emotions. We are all, suppose we are dealing with people, we are dealing in a profession, we are in a family, means the only thing is because of emotions. If we remove the emotions from this earth, any type of emotions, it might be negative, it might be positive. If you remove emotions of any type from this earth, then it's just these whole human beings, animals, plants, trees, everything work like a machines, devices. Just like I'm using a mobile or laptop, and these are all just devices. They doesn't have emotions. Yeah, Vijay ma'am, you can go through the recording which is shared in the group. You can go through that, and I will also this session is the continuation of that part. You will understand a little bit of that also. Don't worry, you will go through that also. Yes, sir. Roshit sir, we will have a simple glimpse of last Sundays, and we'll go to the next topic of that. And why I'm referring to the emotions is the only emotions we differ from non-living things. Non-living things doesn't have any emotions, even they doesn't have life. Now, if we want to say life, the representative of life is emotions. Some say life means breathe, life means they have the life animated creatures. Yes, the animation, suppose every animal is moving, plants are moving because of some energy in them. Energy in motion is called emotion. Okay. If your emotions come to the low frequency, high conscious emotions, then the miracles start and whole world supports you. If you go to the negative emotions, whole world, even your family member doesn't support you. If you go to the negative emotions, even your family members doesn't support you. If you go to low frequency, not only your family members, outside your street, outside your city also, the people respects you, accepts you, and loves your ideas. That's because of what emotion you are carrying at this given moment. If your emotion is fear, if your emotion is stress, stress means we need to be very specific. Fear or guilt or grief, or if you have a hopelessness, your feeling of fear of death or fear of failure. If you go to the hospital, most of the patients have either fear of disease or fear of failure or fear of death. If you remove their fears, they will come out of the hospital very fast. The fear of disease makes us admit into hospitals very fast. The fear of COVID affected many people come to the hospital more. Yes or no? You know, even the tribal people, most of the tribal people in India, they doesn't get more COVID. More tribals doesn't admitted in hospitals. You know why? Anyone?
Because they have no fear, sir.
Yeah, they doesn't have fear. They doesn't have fear, and one reason is that, and second reason is their mind is busy with their own activities of positivity. Okay, don't give time for negative emotions. If you fill your day with positive emotions, then where is the time for negative emotions? Where you're getting from negative emotions? Suppose let's think that time is equal to money. You want to construct a new house. Meanwhile, you take that money to expense something else. You need to buy, which is non-priority things for your family. Then you can't construct a house because you spend that amount. So the construction of home will be delay more and more. Same way, if you invest that time for positive emotions, and if you take some time for negative emotions, then there will be no time for positive emotions. And your body, your mind, the consciousness, the divinity inside the body, and our own subconscious mind tells you are doing wrong. You need to invest your time for positive emotions. You need to invest that. That only investment you can give is for positive emotions is your time. If you are not giving, means by default you are giving for negative emotions. And how the life you make us warnings is through problems. Life sends us problems, even in nightmares, even money problems, financial problems, relationship problems. It might be health problems. Our body, our life, universe send us signals that you are in the wrong path. You are in the wrong way. You are using the wrong method. Just like a student failing in exams again and again, what it means? A student is failing his exams again and again means he is doing wrong way. Yes or no? I think everyone is with me. Yes or no?
Yes,
Someone
sir.
repeat, please.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir.
As student in the wrong path leads to the failure in the exams. But in the real life, the universe and our subconscious mind guide us. If we are going to a problem, that means that we are in the wrong path. We are using our mind for wrong things. Wrong things means negative things. Some people love to watch movies, 3-4 movies a day. If a person watches 3-4 movies per day just within a month, what will be their quality of life? You know, even if S.S. Rajamouli, very famous director who constructed a multi-million movies, he doesn't see movies all day because he's a profession. His profession is making movies. Okay, but a person continues watching movies or watching TV serials and anything else, what will be their mind is filled with? Their mind is filled with which is not what they need, what they want, what their purpose is. They deviate from it. So that what happens? Their life, their subconscious mind, the universe send them problems. Just like exams to the students. If they correct themselves, they will win over the problems. If they doesn't correct themselves, the severity of problems increases. Then it goes to next level. If still they are not adjusting their habitual habits of mind, then again the severity might increases. That's how the problems gives the warnings. Even a person in the deathbed still have hope to recover from that. Still have the hope from recover. There are many people who recover from deathbeds, who think that they are died, they recovered, and they lived after that situation more than 10 years, 20 years also. Because even at the moment of that, but even at the 90 years of age also, still there is much more life to do. If they believe so, and if they accept the what body is saying to them, what the universe is saying to them. Okay, for though most people are adopted to the method that if they got headache or if they got fever, they rush to paracetamol. Is just fever, paracetamol or Dolo 650. Is the right way to correct the fever? Anyone?
No, sir. No. Absolutely wrong.
Yeah, but the people programmed like if there is a fever, they need to take Dolo 650. But they forget the science of what happening inside the body. The fever is a natural defense mechanism to fight infections. Fever is a very good friend of us. It's not a bad for us. But people think that when there is fever, if a family in a family of 7 people, one person got fever of 102, 102, and every family member got frightened. Okay, and you know this after seeing the fright fear of all the family members, the patient also get more fear. Okay, that's 102 becomes 103. They take $650. If it works, very good. Or if it doesn't work, then again the fear increases. 100 years back, there are what we say big families, more than 10 people, 15 people in a family. 100 years back, I'm saying, if one person get a fever, what the rest of the family members think? You know what I think? Anyone?
They will think it will come to them also, sir. Like
No,
that?
ma'am. 100 years back,
They wish their recovery, sir.
they give a moral support to the patient and say them this is good for you, it's cleansing your germs, harmful things in your body, and go just follow the protocol. That's it. You will be recovered. They give a moral support. In all the family members have a clear cut confidence that he will recover. But now what happens? One family member got COVID, all other family members, what their mind is saying?
They will also get COVID and then they get it also.
So, are we become civilized more than 100 years back? No, we become more stressed than 100 years back. The technology became more civilized. We are not. We are still in the stress complete of stress and chain of stress reactions. That's what if any of your family member got a diabetes, a BP or fever or COVID or anything, what your reaction that matters, that supports him to heal faster or harm faster. If you think that he will recover fast, that his immunity very good, or your favorite God protects him, that also works. That's how the tapping works. Okay, that's how the acute field meditation works. Changing your perception of negativity to positivity. When you shift to positivity, then that's the first qualification to prevent negativity. How to prevent negativity? Just hold the positivity. How to hold the positivity? Pretend smile. Just pretend smile. If you pretend smile, the negativity stops here. Okay. So by holding positivity, what happens is we are counteracting the negativity what we already cultivated. And then after holding the positivity, the next step is how to clean all at a time, all the negativity at a time. like creating an atom bomb on our all the negativity. Okay, just like a Ramabana. Today we'll discuss that. Okay. So ultimately, what you hold in your mind, that matters. We are all subject to what we hold in our mind. If you hold negativity, don't expect positivity. Negative emotions doesn't give positive results. Do anyone get like that? Do anyone get negative positive results with negative emotions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Never, sir. Never.
Never. Then how can we be, even we get reservation, that also not possible. So if suppose you are unable to control your negative emotions, then you do something else to protect. The first thing you need to do, if you have continuous negative emotions, the first thing you need to do is stop acting according to the negative emotions. Suppose a person have anger in him, and that anger, what happens? It comes to the throat chakra and he wants to show anger through his mouth. If still he is not satisfied, that anger energy turns into hands, he want to beat him, hit him with anything. If still that anger energy not came to zero level, then what happens? That comes to rage, even to kill others. Sometimes that the anger on self also causes more. So if you are unable to control these negative emotions, the first step is transformation of emotional anger to the physical anger. Stop that. That transformation, you need to stop that transformation. Emotional anger into the physical anger. If you became, what we say in olden days, we say that, someone unmuted, I will. Okay. What we can say, if you became the slave, our follower, our disciple of that anger starts working on you, drives you, make it's a slave. It will control whole your life. It will give ideas how to show anger on others. It will give you harsh words to show anger on others. It will give ideas how to cheat others because of your anger. It gives ideas how to hit others. It doesn't, it make you forget all the ethics, all the morality, all the spirituality you cultivated. It will forget who you are. Even it may forget your name also, because you only hold an anger. If there is an emotion anger, you need to stop converting it to the physical level anger. If it converts into the physical level anger, then the damage will be more and more to you or any other. It may be family member, it may be the person who take amount from you, or the person who give loan to you. Most of the issues in the government offices and corporate sectors is because of anger. Sometimes this anger can be justified, because showing anger is my birthright. Yes, you are right. If you think you are right. If you think you are, the truth is, we are not born, we are not take birth of anger. But why God given us anger emotion? To understand others. Just to understand others, God gave us anger emotion. Don't feed the anger emotion more and more. Try to control. If you're getting more in emotional anger, go out of that place, or do any of the PH methods. Come to control. Or what to do, just close your mouth with something else. Just fill your mouth with something else. Even a chew bubblegum also. Or in some people say that hit a football with your foot. Some there are methods like that. Some are the breathing methods. Some say count 10 to 1. Like that also is there. But ultimately, I can suggest you, just convert that anger energy into the love energy. Just to convert, try to convert in your mind level. Before converting the anger energy into physical level, just convert that anger energy into the love energy in your mind. Then that love converts into physical love. That's called compassion. How do we'll work on today's session? This is the map of consciousness. Some people will, after last Sunday session, some people message me that why you are promoting more and more of this map of consciousness? Because this is clinically proved. As per medical terminology, we can say dose 650 worked on fever, the same way this is clinically proved. So better going with the clinical proved methods is very easy. And also it's shown, it is checked on, you can say you can use this map of consciousness. You check throughout the history of all religious people, all high conscious people of all countries. Okay, not only India, all countries, and all religious people, all highest spiritual speakers, or you can say spiritual high conscious people who wrote books. You can use it. You come to next level, you can understand how to use this better and better, and you can apply to your life also. Okay. And in last session, we discussed about what our view on God plays a very crucial role in our life. What is our view on God? Okay, let's think that some are having going through the Shani Mahardasa, the Shani giving them problems. Okay, do what they do. They go to temple and donate for the Lord Shani, or do Abhisheka for Shani, or do something, even do chanting mantras, rituals, anything. Okay, and what's their view on Lord Shani? Lord Shani is, most people have the view of vengeful or condemning. Lord Shani condemn them. Lord Shani have anger on them. That's why Lord Shani doesn't give them positive results. Okay. If you refer to the Puranas, there are many people who are pleased and get benefited with the boons of Lord Shani. Piplad Maharshi and Dasratha Maharaj. And there are many people are like that. If you understand how they achieve the state of consciousness, how they benefited from Lord Shani, we understand that their view on Lord Shani is different from ours. Their view on Lord Shani is loving and wise, and above all, one thing. That's why Lord Shani blessed them. And today, many people doing pleasing Lord Shani is with vengeful idea and punitive and condemning. Not only with Lord Shani, in every god, whatever the name you can give. We have 33 crores of gods in the Hindu religion, and we have 2 gods in Islam and Christianity, and 1 god in Islamic. And name any god. You can change a new name. You can create new name also, no problem. You can say that just happy is my God. Happy is my God. Just think that also works, but depend upon your view on God. Your view on God. Here you say, some say that Lord Hanuman is a brahmachari. He doesn't give wounds of conception or children. If a person believes that, it also works. But Lord Hanuman is equal to God. God can do anything. And Lord Hanuman is loving and caring, and he is Sarvantaryami. Then if you think like that, then also it works. Your view on God is the main crucial thing. Now we are coming to Radha Saptami, and next comes Bhishma Ashtami. Next we are having Mahasivaratri. Your view on God, even you are doing whatever ritual you are doing, check your view on God. In Aditya Hrudaya, Lord Sri Rama, then Aditya Hrudaya, given by Agastya Maharshi, he have the perception that Lord Surya is everything. He doesn't think that Lord Surya is less power than Lord Shiva. Or Lord Shiva is less power than Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is less power than Adipara Shakti. And the devotees, the perception of devotees makes them grow. And your perception on your God makes you grow. If you think that yesterday we have 2 days back we have Saraswati Panchami, means what we call Vasanta Panchami. If you feel that Saraswati Devi doesn't give money, yes, you are right, doesn't give. If you think that Saraswati Devi can give anything, including money, that also you are right. God works according to your perception. God created everything. Why He needs what He created from? Just for to elevate your consciousness. Our ancient seers created certain rituals. Okay, so it's last Sunday we discussed about most important how our view on God. If your view on God is more loving, then Q film meditation for 10 seconds also works wonders. But if your view on God is vengeful, condemning, or despising, and you do 30 minutes of Q film meditation, give less results. But give results, but less results. Okay, that's the thing. Even some say, some people say that Lord Shiva can heal any disease, Lord Vishnu can't heal any disease. If you say that, if you believe in that, that also works. Okay, whatever your perception is, God works according to your perception. Whatever God form you believe in, that God form works according to your perception. And this is the first point. The second point is your view on your life, what emotion you are carrying, your view on your life, and the emotions you are carrying. This is what we discussed in last Sunday, and we and we understand that how the consciousness, elevation of consciousness, is very important in healing illness to wellness. And you need to overcome your ego. And in between this 600 to 800, there will be another ego that is called spiritual ego. You see, today many people have spiritual ego. Anyone know about spiritual ego?
No, sir.
The people who practice religious rituals, 90% people who practice religious rituals have spiritual ego.
అంటే నేను ఆధ్యాత్మికంగా ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాను అనుకోవడం కదా సార్.
ఎస్, నేను కాబట్టి చేస్తున్నాను, నేను జపం చేస్తున్నాను, సాధన చేస్తున్నాను, నేను గొప్పవాడిని, వీళ్ళందరూ వేరు, నేను వేరు. దట్స్ కాల్డ్ స్పిరిచువల్ ఈగో.
They boast like I
Even
don't.
Adi Shankaracharya also have spiritual ego. That was clear. You all know that. Yes, ma'am. Someone else?
Yeah, Lord Shiva came as Chandala and showed
Yes.
him what you are at wrong.
But right now, but because Adi Shankar is high consciousness, Lord Divine help him to overcome his spiritual ego. But here in today, there are many people with spiritual ego. There are many people who are following certain religions, certain gurus have no spiritual ego. That comes under, it's less than, it's just 600 above and 600, 650. That's it.
So please explain it again about the spiritual ego.
Spiritual ego, they think that they are in the right path, all else are in the wrong path. If they think that their guru is the high consciousness, following that guru is very auspicious, all others not following that, they think that they are only the right path, they are choose the right guru, they are choose the right book, they are choose the right religion way. They have pride of what they're doing spiritually. You understand? Even if they do certain rituals at a certain moment of muhurta, and they feel a little pride. But if a person go above 800 level, they surrender everything to the God. Even the doing those rituals are also done by the God through them. They think like that. But here in spiritual ego people, they think that I am doing is there in spiritual ego people. And whereas the people high consciousness, the divine in me making me do, or divine is the doer. Okay, that's even you need to understand. Even overcoming ego is one of the most crucial thing today we have. And above that, the spiritual ego, we need to prevent spiritual ego also. This is our perception of God decides how God helping or influencing our life. These are our reactions to the life events in given moment. Sacredness, purity are nothing but your emotions. If you feel sacredness in your mind and you feel the sacredness around you, because we are subject to what we hold in our mind. There is another saying that what a man conceives and believes he can achieve. The both statements support each other. We are subject to what we hold in our mind and what a man conceives and believes he can achieve. If he hold negative emotions, he achieve negativity. If he hold positive emotions and believe that, he achieve the positivity. View on life decides the outcome for our reactions to the life events. If you say, suppose if you are going to outside, suddenly your bike tire have puncture, what's your reaction? You feel that it is, maybe it is also for my highest good God plan like that. If you change the view, you can't change the situation, but you can change your view on that situation. You can change your reaction to that situation to the positive, and it ends in positive. If you think that, oh, this bike puncture started, no, the works are delayed, and you think continuously the chain of negative reactions coming, you can't stop the negative reaction. That will increases the intensity and it will manifest into another negative problem. So whenever negative comes, just you can say that it is for my highest good God planned. If you change that, it is for my highest good God planned. If you program your mind like that, it will turn into really highest good. That negativity also. This thing in the last Sunday we discussed about this. The change of reactions or emotions can be done in every moment. And in 1 minute, we have 60 seconds, so that we have 60 types of reactions also in 1 minute. The people who have multiple different emotions in 1 minute can be considered as anxiety people, tense people. A person who holding one emotion in 1 minute, or 2 or 3 emotions in 1 minute, we can say that they are somewhat relaxed person. If a person hold only one emotion for 2 to 3 minutes, it's considered as meditation. If a person not holding any emotion, just emptying their mind, it is high conscious thing. It's called serenity, or we can say the peacefulness inside. You can just have an alarm of 1 minute and check your mind how many thoughts are coming to you. That helps you. Are you progressing in the disease way, or are you progressing in the healthy way? You can check yourself. Your progress in the towards health, or your progress in the towards harmful thing. Just take an hour from 1 minute and close your eyes, check your mind. What is coming to your mind? Change in perception. In every field, you are in a teaching field, you are in an auditing field, if you are in a doctor, if you are in a homemaker, the homemakers needed more important this than any other profession. Because the people who do more work is homemakers. If you, the homemakers are really in ancient times, they said that they are considered as Lakshmi Devi in homes. Why? Because if they are in the right way, the whole family become prosperous. If the homemakers are in the negative emotions, whole family may suffer. Some people can't believe this, but that is truth. If you suppose a lady is cooking food for her husband and her children and her in-laws or her parents, what she holding her emotions makes that food. That also one of the ingredient that is adding into that food. Suppose while watching mobile, some horror movie or some negative emotions filled serial just in mobile, and with one hand she is cooking. These negative emotions from that horror movie, from that serial also became one of the ingredients in that food. The people who ate that food also influenced with these emotions. In Mahabharata, there is a chapter called Shanti Parva. That Shanti Parva given by Bhishma. I think we have Bhishma Ashtami also is coming after the Radha Saptami. In this Bhishma gave the Shanti Parva, he gave the rules and dharmas and spiritual methods to everyone, teach that. Meanwhile, Draupadi started laughing. And Bhishma stopped his teaching, asked Draupadi, why you are laughing? Draupadi not interested to give the answer. And again Bhishma requested to give the answer. And Draupadi replied that, you are saying that all the morals and ethics are right now. Why you not tell these morals and ethics to Duryodhana at that time when they humiliated me? When they show shame on me and in front of all the Kauravas and all the other people. Do you know what Bhishma answered? Anyone know?
వాళ్ళ ఫుడ్ తిన్నాను కాబట్టి.
That's right. Bhishma answered that, and he became 1 minute silence and replied to Draupadi that I am influenced by the food given by Duryodhana, because in that food their emotions also they feel it. That's why unable to counter, unable to prevent them, because my body is filled with their food is filled with their emotions. Even Bhishma, the great person who is equivalent to Lord Sri Krishna, also unable to counter the negative emotions through the food. How can you and me? But we have an option. We are cooking in food because for our family members, add the positive emotion into the food. That's why there is in Brahmins, in old tradition, there is a called, I don't know in English, we call it muddy. They chant always some mantras in mind, and then only they have the right to cook after the bath. Because why cooking before bath is prevented, you know? Because before bath the mind might be in tension. That's why those negative emotions might be also added to the food. Only after bath cooking is suggested. After bath you can feel somewhat peacefulness because of the water, and after that if you feel the divine names or divine chant in your mind, and with the smell, if you do the food, that will be more tasty and more healthy. Now it is the old method. Now we can use the Q-fill meditation while cooking. If you do the Q-fill meditation from your heart to the food, and God is blessing that food and you, and do the Q-fill meditation, and the food become more tasty and more healthy. And you are going to eat in a hotel, just do Q-fill meditation with that food and then eat, so that will prevent food poisoning also. Okay, that's why the homemakers are the main key role is playing right now. Why the society have more suffering is 50 to 70% reasons are homemakers. Okay, why people are going to the restaurants means, again, reason is they are adapted to the positive emotions of those restaurants. Because if suppose the restaurants people cooking food, what the emotion they add into their food? Anyone guess?
They are maybe irritated, like they are cooking every
Many
time.
people will come and
Not
eat that
positive
food.
emotions.
Yeah, they want their even
They
they
want only
doesn't
money.
think about what emotions they carry, but they add one emotion that they want more and more people. The people
More
who eat
customers.
this food must order more and more, must refer more and more friends to this. Okay, that's how the Hyderabad biryani famous. Not only that, there are many every city have its own food best for that. And because why it's famous means someone used this method. If you are in low consciousness, you become victim of other dreams. That's what in many sessions I told. If you are in low consciousness, you are become victim to others dreams. Suppose you become love of dum biryani in Hyderabad Bawachi or a paradise, you love it and you eat every week, means you become victim of his dreams. You love Apple phones. Every time your phone has some problem, you buy only Apple phones, means you become victim to Apple dreams. Sometimes it doesn't wrong, become a victim, but become follower of high consciousness or victim of high consciousness than the low consciousness. And elevation of consciousness is also possible with meeting a high conscious person or having a phone call with them. If you're in a surrounding, if anyone you have, you know anyone, try to have good relations with them. And breath work, breathing exercise also helps to elevate consciousness. Associated with high conscious subjects like books, videos, and audios. We are lucky that we have many platforms like YouTube. We have many platforms like PDFs we can read and books like that. 100 years back is not accessible to everyone. Now we have accessible in our hands. Just we can use that. Moving to a high conscious environment like nature or temple, it also helps. Okay, just have a scanning around your area surrounding 2 kilometers like that, where the name place or where the people place are. Have an idea that whenever you're in stress, just go to that tree and just touch it and be for just 20 seconds, do the Q-film meditation. You observe a lot of changes within 20 seconds. And following Atmakarka rituals as per your astro chart, using suitable flower remedies, helping others with mano vaka karmana. Some people think that helping means only with karmana. Recently, I got a message that some people donated to cancer patients. You know what they donated? They requested me to come to donation. I asked them what you are going to donate. They didn't reply. They went for donation, and after that they sent me the pics. They donated each cancer patient one banana.
Oh.
How big it is donation? Is this considered as helping others? Anyone?
Definitely not.
Yes.
But they done a photo shoot, and they gave to the newspapers, and it print on the next day newspaper also.
Yeah, that's the reason
Sir,
it's
it
said.
was not
Spiritual
a
ego.
donation out of love, sir. That was for promoting themselves.
Yeah, they have the spiritual ego, they have the pride thing, they have the ego. We can say it's ego, not spiritual ego. If you can't help with karma, you can help with mano. You can help with your mind. If you're going to any cancer hospital, any general hospital, any type of hospital, just for 10 seconds, from your heart connect with all the patients, all the doctors, all the nurses in that hospital, and feel that your favorite God is blessing all of them, and do the Q-feel. That's it. That also helping through your mind. If you're going to a criminal court or civil court, just connect with all the judges and lawyers and the victims and the police constables and the criminals there and their family members who are coming there, just and feel that God is blessing them all, so that the moral values increases there. If you are going through a police station, just connect to the every policeman and every person who is entering to the police station, just do the Q-feel meditation. That increases the morality of the police station. Okay. I think in 1980s or 1990s, I think in the US, there is two streets are there. It's a scientific study done. I don't remember the exact street names. At that time, there is a high crime rate is there. Everyone is drunken, everyone hitting others, beating others. And because, in US, even getting a pistol also is very easy there. At that time, there were 40 people started meditating in different parts of those streets. 20 minutes a day. They checked 2 weeks crime rate. It reduced to 25%. Means 75% crime rate reduced because of the meditators in surrounding. Most of the meditators done for only themselves. Only in Q-field meditation, because of God's grace, we can do for others also, including us. Most of the meditators only they benefit. But in Q-field meditation, one family member doing Q-field meditation means whole family can benefit. So in that research, you can understand that the meditation, one person doing meditation means his surroundings also reduces the crime rate. What if we do the Q-film meditation with the police stations and courts and hospitals? What happens? The crime rate will reduces, even the problems will reduces, health issues also will reduces. This is the helping through mind. And the rest, secondly, helping with walk. Walk means your voice. You can, you suppose you study something new. Today we have WhatsApp, something you study very good, just we do the forward messages for 100 people at a time. So no, before forwarding, just forward vocally. Suppose you study a good message in WhatsApp, help others vocally, call to your mother or mother-in-law, or your co-sister or sister-in-law, or brother or anyone, brother-in-law. Just say something you got, or your close friend, tell them what you learned from that one. That is helping through voice, not just forwarding messages, not donation. Don't think that I forward 1,000 messages per day, that is a donation. Okay, and the last one is karma, helping with your hands. What they need, what you can give is not important. What they need is most important. You need to feel what they need. Okay, if you want to have you want to construct a water well, or you started boring, water boring. Everyone know that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We drill until we get water. Yes or no? Yes,
Yes,
or
sir.
no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
We drill the earth until we get the water.
Correct.
Means they need, if the person think that I can only drill the 100 feet, after that I can't drill, means we can't get the result. The same, the helping with karmana means you need to help others until what they overcome the threshold problem. If you can't help them 100%, just do with manovak. Even you can inspire them. Even you teach PH methods also, that also helps them. Okay, and practice inner silence. Some people think it's very hard to practice. First, remove that perception. It's very easy to practice inner silence if you accept that perception, your mind adapt to that. Yeah, this is another thing we are adding in today's session. This map of consciousness, how they behave, how they experience their life. Here we say that a person who is in shame, guilt, apathy, grief, and fear, they are in inaction. Inaction means, suppose there is a person in a fear of interview is there. He need to go to for job. He's having interview. If they have fear, he doesn't move for the interview because of that fear. Same with grief, apathy, guilt, shame. All these negative emotions, it gives the experience of inaction. Why some people doesn't succeed yet means they are in some part of them is inaction. Why you see most of the students who failing in exams means they are in inaction of study. They are in inaction of study. After that, we have desire, anger, pride. This comes under about hyperactivity. You see, if you're in a medical terminology, there is a disease name called autism, ADHD. Some people heard about that. They think that they are the diseases
Yes,
because
sir.
of they label the diseases of children who have the hyperactivity with these diseases. Because they are very near to the high consciousness. Don't think that they are diseases. You see, hyperactivity is better than inaction, no? Today, some people studied on BTech or something else, and they still, after 2 years or 3 years, they're still waiting for job, do nothing, and inaction, staying in home. It's like inaction. Doing something, even it fails, but it's like some activity. If you go beyond that, there is a threshold here. You see, after 175 to 200, here you see this contraction. This is called force. You are forcing yourself with these negative emotions. And about 200, you got expansion, which we call power. For great powers comes great responsibility. Anyone heard about this statement?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Movie.
Spider-Man.
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 Oh, very good. You are following Spider-Man movie like me. Yeah, great powers comes great responsibility. If you elevate your consciousness step by step by step by, you are given the more responsibility. Even you do nothing, everyone follows you. The people loves you. The whole family became a glue to you, and everyone loves your suggestions. As you move, you see the more high conscious people. Even you see the Ramana Maharshi somewhere in Arunachala, which is very far from Chennai. They doesn't have a direct airport also, but still the Ramana Maharshi attracted people from UK, US, Australia. Also, people come to see the Ramana Maharshi because he is above 700. Ramana Maharshi is. He doesn't go away from Arunachala. Sai Baba, Shirdi Sai Baba, he also in the same way, he doesn't move out of Shirdi. But Shirdi, right now we have airport also in Shirdi. Because the as move, the power goes and moves. The constant elevates means the whole world comes to attract to them. You know Nim Karoli Baba. Even Steve Jobs, where is Steve Jobs? Where is India? Where is Nim Karoli Baba? He came to Steve Jobs, came to Nim Karoli Baba. Facebook founder Zuckerberg also came to Nim Karoli Baba. Why? Because they elevated their consciousness that influence the people who want results. Even some people think that my children is not listening to me, my husband is not listening to me, my wife not listening to me. Actually, husband doesn't say that my wife is not listening to me nowadays, but wives are saying that my husband is not listening to me. Yes or no? Am I right or wrong?
Yes,
సార్
sir.
మా మీద జోక్ లెక్క వస్తాయి అంతే సార్.
జోక్ లెక్క వస్తుంది కరెక్ట్ మేడం.
మా మీద అనవసరంగా జోక్ లెక్క వస్తాయి. దట్స్ ఆల్.
మీరే అంటున్నారా
జస్ట్ దట్
అంటే
యు నో యు గైస్ నో 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 నథింగ్.
ఎవరంటే
No, sir. The thing is, I don't know why there is no much many creative women who are creating jokes on men.
the jokes card, madam. Why? Because they think that they because they want the attraction, they must be the center of the family. Everyone must give the respect to them and a feeling ఉంటుంది. Okay, why family members not listening to us means we are in low consciousness. Just think that you some family members not listening to us means we are in low consciousness. Even family members other than family members are listening to means we are somehow high consciousness. Here you see that yeah, sorry. Here we see that below here above 400 and below we have the up to 600, 400 to 600 we have a ego thing. Here ego is transcended. Here below the 600 we have the spiritual ego. Once we transcend that, we see that there is no, we feel the Vasudhaika Kutumba as Ramanujacharya mentioned. Vasudhaika Kutumba means these family members and outers not different. These family members are the responsibility for my life this time, this lifetime. I have many lives before. If neither, there will be many lives after. Okay, but these high conscious people know that. That's why they feel that Vasudhaiva Kutumba, everyone is a family member. As a low conscious people become narrow thinking. They think that this is the only my circle, I am to follow up that, and these family members are also not listening to me. You see here the courage, neutrality, and willingness, acceptance. There is happiness and more productivity here. If you are not showing enough productivity with happiness means you are low conscious. That also we can test ourselves. At the reasoning level, most of the scientists who got Nobel Prizes are in this level above 400 level. They do the peak performance without stress. Some people ask me, you are always doing some work, you are not same. I'm not be free. Sometimes I'm making medicines, sometimes I'm making PPTs, sometimes I'm studying books, sometimes I'm talking to people, consulting patients, like that, like the country is doing. Why you're working? How you are managing with all these steps? Simply I say that I don't know. I just surrender to God to go with the flow. Here, when you cross the 400 level, even you work 18 hours per day, still you doesn't feel stress in your body. Because you feel that you are not the doer. If you are feeling the body consciousness, again you are become low and low. Here we have the body consciousness. Here you say that this is me, this body is me, this body is me, this body is me. When you move on, this universe is me, this God is me, you will come to that destiny. And here you say above 500 level, the real healing, the real divinity, you can taste it. The divine essence you can taste. The real healing you can taste. Even the people who are the cancer survivors worldwide, You check all the many of the autobiographies of cancer survivors or the toughest disease survivors. They came to 500 above without their knowledge. That's why they are getting healed. If a person getting a toughest disease, a toughest problem in their life means their subconscious man universe is giving him ideas, provoking him to elevate his consciousness above 500. If once they became above 500 level, the problem solved. Even if one instant also, even if a few seconds of our low frequency also influence our life very much. That's also with like think. Once we come to the 540 above, we observe the extraordinary outcomes and synchronicity we can understand. That's the expansion we can see all over. Okay. And above 700 enlightenment and above 700 up to 1000 level. You can see that the 1000 level is like avatar, Sri Krishna, Buddha, like that avatars. And whereas here zero is there. Zero is considered as death. A person becomes low and low and low in consciousness, more and more negative emotions means their body becomes weak and weak and weak and more and becomes weak. If they're in high consciousness, they have the free will. They have. At the low consciousness, they doesn't have the free will, even what their body wants. Even you see a bedridden patient, he have a free will, he need to walk, but his body doesn't support him. Whereas in high consciousness, he had a free will, even he to leave his body. Even he go to different places, even at the age of 90 years. But if a person think that the old age, I became old, I can't do anything, means he is in fear, he is in grief. I become old, I lost my youngness, I lost my youthfulness. That is one of the grief. That's why in old people we have more seeing the inaction. Not all old people, some people, but all old people are elder people. They have very good wisdom in them. They're forgetting that. If they work on that, it will result more. It's everyone know. Most people know, heard about this many Facebook and WhatsApp forwardings. So anger weakens your liver, grief weakens your lungs, worry weakens your stomach, stress weakens your heart and brain, fear weakens your kidneys. Okay. The same here, they are particularly giving the emotions. If you overcome these negative emotions, our body also becomes strong. Today, clinically, medicinally proved that a person without stress of any time have a physically healthy body, even he doesn't eat healthy nutrition food. Even he doesn't eat healthy nutrition food. He doesn't eat badam, he doesn't eat cashews, he doesn't eat mushrooms, he doesn't eat highly richest food, richest nutrition food. Still he become healthy because holding the positive emotions. Fill the time with positive emotions, have no time for negative emotions. No time for negative emotions. Fill your mind, fill your time and fill your mind with positive emotions. This the statement wanted by our ancients to help the people, but unable to understand. And because as earlier days, only some people are high conscious, most people are low conscious, unable to understand also minimum things. That's why they want to create a method to make them fill their mind, fill their time with positive emotions. That's how came the method called chanting. Chanting divine names, chanting mantras. If you chant mantra, Sri Rama, Sri Rama, Sri Rama, Sri Rama, Sri Rama, if you know the Sri Rama meaning, exact meaning, if you understand that and you get from Guru Upadesha and you feel the light day and your mind with Sri Rama, Sri Rama, you are feeling with positive emotions. And somehow you are preventing the negative emotions. You are not occupying with something means negativity will occupy easily. Weed plants will come very easily than the medicinal plants. Or the same way, even if your house, if you don't clean for a month, it will also become mud. Even you close all the windows and doors. Yes or no? Are you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Correct, sir.
Same way, if you don't clean here, it also become dust. That's why our ancient seers suggested chanting. But today that also became a problem. Why? Because chanting, even the chanting with mouth, their mind doing some negativity. Ancient seers suggested chanting to mind, not with mouth. Today we discuss, like, we change that. Some people start chanting Sri Rama, Sri Rama, Hare Rama, like, or even some mantras of different religions are there. They forget the essence. But some people doing the Hashtur, they feel the love frequency through that mantras, that divine names, and observe the serenity, happiness of chanting. If you refer to the great devotees of past, like Annamacharya, Shankaracharya, Ramanujaacharya, Madhvacharya, or Vengamamba, or any or Ramadasu, Sri Ramadasu, Tulsidas, Kabir Das, Kalidas, just to study their chart, their stories. They are high conscious people. That's final. That's why we all know that. How they become high conscious people. Some people even heal the toughest diseases of others also. How? Means their emotion on God. They have very positive emotion on God as love frequency, and they chant the divine name with love frequency more and more in mind, not with mouth. In mind, not with mouth. Here comes the crucial thing. Why Q-film meditation works? This is one of the reference. Here, when we are in the low consciousness, less than 200 level, we are in the suffering state, survival state. When we move above 200, we are in a transformation level. And above pure total service, ultimate consciousness, above 500. Here you see the brain frequency. These are called brain frequencies. Brain frequencies. I can give a reference to understand better of these brain frequencies. Suppose right now we are in activity of our mouth. I am moving my hands. You are all, some people writing running notes. Right now, mostly we are in beta frequency. It might be 12 to 30 hertz. 12 hertz from here, courage or neutrality. From here 30 hertz. If you become low means this beta frequency convert into gamma level, that is above 30 hertz. What is that hertz? So for the non-medical people or non-technical people, you can understand that hertz means oscillations per second. Per second, once in 1 second, how many oscillations will be there? That considered as frequency. That is calculated in hertz, Hz. Suppose 30 hertz means in 1 second 30 oscillations are there. Means 30 oscillations means 30 reactions in brain is going on. This is not unconscious reactions, conscious reactions. Right now your liver doing something, my liver doing something, your heart is doing something, my heart is doing something. There are many parts in our body, we don't know what they're doing right this moment. They are all under unconscious. They're not our conscious level. They're in unconscious level. Okay, conscious level, sorry, these 30 hertz beta frequency is conscious level. As I mentioned, in 1 minute that 60 seconds are there, how many emotions are you are holding, that level also frequency you can also achieve. If you keep a EEG, you know, ECG for heart, you keep a EEG on brain, it will calculate the brain frequencies very easily. And which brain frequencies more and more means you will become more and more healthy, depend upon your brain frequencies. If you become above beta gamma hertz, there will be more accidents, more problems in life. And the relationship problems will be more and more. If you reduce the beta frequency into alpha frequency, it's a lot of changes in your life. There's a between of alpha meditation called 10 hertz. There's a science called Joe Silva Ultra Mind Method. Dr. Joe Silva developed a meditation called Silva meditation. In that meditation, they use the relaxation method to go to the alpha frequency of 10 hertz. The 10 hertz means willingness, neutrality level. Even as per their research, Joe Silva's research also, they found amazing results, healing body, healing mind, healing financial problems like that. And moving above that, theta level, there is another healing method called theta healing. In this theta healing, we are in this way from above 500 to 700 plus. Sorry, in between that, less than 700. In this theta healing also happens, the healing naturally occurs. Without healing method also, if you go to theta level, it works. In this alpha level is called initial states of meditation, and theta level is considered as deeper states of meditation. And some say it's called semi-sleep. They are not in sleep position, they are not in wake-up position. You know, sometimes we are in sleep, still in a sleep, but we are able to hear what going around. You can hear the voices, noises from the around, but we are in sleep. That's called theta frequency. When we go deeper, this delta level, this is also considered as sleep, deep sleep. But if you go to this level without sleep, that is the high consciousness. Without sleep. Don't ask me how. There are many ways upcoming. If you work on the PH methods, next class we will achieve that. Okay. Meanwhile, we need to overcome the gravitational pull of these negative emotions. Even if you practice love, or peace, or relax, these words works like a mantras and reduce these negative emotions in you. But ultimately, your love on God, your perception on God, your perception on your life matters.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, ma'am. Go ahead.
Like you have just said that if we say love, peace.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, your voice off. Hello, please. Hello, ma'am. Hello. Okay. Yeah, if you love means your perception on love. Don't think the love which we are using is the love in the most of the movies. Tollywood or Bollywood or Collywood, any of the movies showing the love of different. That's not the love. That is the love of hormones. Hormones playing love. That's not we are referring. We are referring with the unconditional love. Love without conditions. Okay.
Sorry, sir. My network had gone and I couldn't listen to your answer. Please repeat again.
What's your question? May I ask me again?
So I was asking, like you have just said, that if we chant love and peace, then our brain frequency will come to that level.
Not
so
come
I
to that
wanted
level,
to
ma'am.
ask
Somewhat become better.
better. So like
Yes.
if we chant peace and joy, then if to some level we'll be able to come to the
First,
theta level.
we can easily come out of this gravitational pull of these negative emotions. First thing.
Yes.
But just chanting the word doesn't come to that place.
But if we feel actually, then we'll be reaching that stage.
Yeah, ma'am. So I will give one thing. You know the gold, diamonds, gold mines, where we can find the gold and diamonds. You know where?
Yes, sir.
Where, ma'am?
No, I
South
don't know
Africa, sir. South Africa is famous for diamonds.
Exactly where?
And
Not,
Kolar
I don't want a
mines.
city. Which in what places we can find gold and diamonds?
Deep in the earth, sir, in the mines.
What, ma'am?
Deep in the earth, in the mines.
Deep in the
Rocks.
Yeah, it's the gold and diamonds. The gold can be found in the earth. With the gold minings are there to found the gold from the mining areas. Diamonds also same way. We need to dig and find. Here you need to understand that these peace, love frequencies are not the creation of new emotions. They are the existing emotions in us. When we are clear with the dust of negative emotions, we will find that.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, suppose if I am creating a new love frequency, it's a creation, but it's not original. It's like a peril is there. A peril, you all know the peril. If there is a mud, if there is a mud, just a minute, ma'am, please hold on. Just a minute. I will come back. Yeah, sorry. There's a peril is there. There is a mud around the peril is there. The mud of 10 years is attached to the peril. And what you do right now? Do you do the peril paint on the peril or do you clean the mud?
We'll clean the mud first.
Understand this science or this story. We are already divine beings. We forget and we have a layers of negative emotions on us.
Yes, sir.
Once we remove the layers of negative emotion, peace, love, without labeling them peace and love, also it comes to us.
Means if we are feeling it naturally within ourselves all the time, then we are on that stage.
Even you feel it, it's like a painting the peril.
Okay. Means we
clean
don't
the
even
peril,
feel
it
it.
comes original peril.
Yeah, we don't even realize it, but we are in that stage.
Yeah, that's why the ancients is also suggested sadhana, more practice means you are cleaning your peril, you are cleaning the mud which you got from 10 years or 20 years.
Okay, sir.
And you come to the state of original peril state. In meanwhile, if you want, you can paint that peril with the peril paint with a low frequency like that.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Power versus force. That's the book name we already have. Somewhere in my clinic, it had power versus force. And the force is limited, whereas power is unlimited. Force is divisive and weakens, whereas power unifies. Power attracts, whereas force repels. Power serves others, whereas force is self-serving forces. So we prefer for every force there will be counter force, whereas for every power there is supportive power will be there, not a counter power. And if you nullify the force, you need to use the power. To nullify the force, you need to use the power. If someone is angry in a home, you need to use the power of love, not the anger. Here is the most important thing. You need to practice. I suggest everyone in David Hackett's books, in PH level 2, level 3 also I suggested this one. Now in this level, I'm suggesting again. According to Dr. David Hawkins' research drawn from over a million trials. Million trials means more than 10 lakh trials. One person vibrating at 300 counterbalance the 90,000 people in lower frequencies of 50, 100, 150. Hopelessness, fear, anger. Let's check where is the 300 level. 300 is between here 250 and 310, means here above neutrality and below willingness, hopefulness. Okay, if one person is there, means here his vibrational mind, his vibrational frequency can counter negative emotions of 90,000 people who are in 50 and 100 and 150.
அங்க இருக்கும்போது டிவி போட்டாதான் கத்துறாங்க. இப்ப வந்து கேம்
Ma'am, Hema ma'am, I'm muting you. And one person vibrating at 400 counterbalance 4 lakh people under 200. Means where is 400? Here, reasoning. The person is at 400 level can counterbalance 4 lakh people under 200 level. You can say these the 400 people are like team leaders. They can lead the team. They can lead the team with the positive emotions. Even the terrorists and Naxalites, many thieves like also have very good teams. Even a team leader, even the project of the team is negative, they're still having some high conscious thing. One person at 500 level counterbalance 7,50,000 below 200, means here the low frequency it counterbalance 7,50,000 200 under 200. That's why the high conscious people attract more and more people. They counterbalance their negative emotions. Just like where the water is, suppose in a village from last 10 years there is no water, there is very good water scarcity is there. Suddenly government created a project and constructed a reservoir there. What happens from that moment, all the village people go to that reservoir. Yes or no? You understand?
Yeah.
I think everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Same thing, if one high conscious person in one village become high conscious, all the village go to that person. He became a reservoir of good emotions. He became a good reservoir of divine blessings. He became a reservoir of positivity. Don't compare with it. If you compare and competition with others, means again you become low consciousness. If one spiritual person have competition with another spiritual person, what we that called?
Spiritual
There's
ego,
no
sir.
Spiritual ego.
Yeah, that's
spirituality
called
is there.
spiritual ego. Spiritual ego is again low consciousness. As you know, once upon a time, even Dasavatar movie was mentioned that Lord Shiva, Vaishnavas and Lord Shiva, Saivas battle each other. Whereas if you see that that Purana, one of the Purana, Yamadharmaraja do Shiva Kesava Ashtotra. Shiva Kesava Ashtotra means he worshipped Lord Shiva in Vishnu form, Vishnu in Shiva form. He combined both are equal and do the Shiva Kesava Ashtotra. And in one of the Purana, who done is Yamadharmaraja done it. Because the high conscious people doesn't seeing the divine in different forms. They're seeing the oneness in different ways. Okay. So here that's why the high conscious people attract the people more and more. And if you carry the spiritual ego and they become low conscious, then the people repel from them naturally. Just like if the reservoir doesn't have water, then the people doesn't come to the reservoir. One person vibrating at 600 counterbalance that for 10 million individuals below 200. Means 1 crore people. The person at 600 level, this peacefulness counterbalance 1 crore people below 200. You can see that after World War II, the Japan got atom bomb felt on Japan. Many people got killed, got many diseases, many problems. Do you know what happened? The next then, what's then? The Japan became a poor country. The Japan people requested all the spiritual giants of that time of different religion to bless the Japan. Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Islamic, all the people they requested, and the government requested to do that, so that they counter the negative emotions of the Japan people. And you know what happens next? One of the richest country in India, in the whole world, Japan. Okay. Even 50 years back, 70 years back also, China also has the most problems. Even Dr. David Hawkins himself gives the low frequency to China to become more. 50 years, last 50 years, it also became a developed country. Still needs to work on because of more morals and more ethics needed. That's how the high conscious people blessings also works beyond everything. Even I know the Venkateswara Swami of Nellore. Many people know Venkateswara Swami of Nellore. He's like a Sai Baba of Shirdi. Venkateswara Swami of Nellore. Both are equivalents. 30 years back, 40 years back, there is a draft in Nellore for more than 15 years. There is a very much war scarcity is there. And he, the person in high consciousness, he visualized a dam in Nellore. And he told all that his devotees that within 6 months, within few years, within the 5 to 6 years, our water scarcity completely gone ever. You know what happens after he announced it? Within 6 months, the government announced Somsala Dam in Nellore. The Somsala Dam started construction. That is over. That is giving the water to all the more than 1 lakh agricultural lands to in Nellore. That's how the one high conscious person having one perception that will manifest very fast. But if he doesn't have a craving or personal gain from that, but he feel the low frequency ever. Here he see one enlightened person about 700 counterbalance 70 million, 70 million people or some crore people vibrating under level 200, which reveals that power arises from unity while force derives from duality. Advaitam, Dvaitam. Okay. Here you need to understand that in this way, as Dr. Hawkins said that, suppose a person have from morning 7 o'clock to afternoon 12 o'clock, he have anger, frustration in house. Everyone is quarreling each other, hitting each other in house. Just think that from morning 7 to afternoon 12, they are with a loud anger voice, showing anger, shouting. They became tired of showing anger, shouting, and after 12 they relax. From morning 7 to afternoon 12. How many hours? Near to 5 hours. These 5 hours of anger, frustration, and in them is there. Do these 5 hours of angerness manifest into any other problem or not?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
How can we stop that manifest? How can we stop manifesting the negativity which we already done the negativity? Just showing low frequency. 5 hours of negativity, 5 hours of anger can be nullified with a few minutes of love on them, on self, because you are also involved in that anger quarrel. So you need to show love on you, and you need to show the love on everyone who are involved. So that you can nullify the negative emotions. That's how why people even having negative emotions doesn't getting health problems. They are nullifying with some low frequency, even they doesn't know. So that's why even in before slides we mentioned that this one we mentioned that a person fear weakens the kidneys, a person with anger weakens the liver. I know rowdies, I know goodness who have much more anger, but that doesn't getting a liver problem means they are using the love frequency somehow in their families and in their divine form. They are nullifying that anger in them. The same way we can do with perceptional tapping. Same way we can do that with perception. Suppose a person with anger with me, we show an anger in them. I have grudge on them. So what I need to do? How I can send love to him who had anger on me? First I need to forgive them. Yes or no? First you need to check yourself. Are you able to forgive them or not? If you are not able to forgive them, then you need to forgive yourself for not able to forgive them. Because you are resisting anger to release from you. You are forcing yourself to get to holding the anger in you. So you need to show forgiveness other. If you are not unable to show the forgiveness in other, you need to forgive yourself not showing forgiveness other, and you need to show love on yourself first. The people who are in revenge rage for more than 5 years, 10 years are the people who are adapted to the thinking process, and they have negative emotions more and more, and especially they hold that anger more and more. So we figured it out that a person I had anger, I need to forgive him, but I am unable to forgive him. So I need to forgive myself. So how can I forgive myself? By doing tapping. By doing tapping, By doing perception of breathing, I can change my biochemistry. I change myself so that I can help them, heal them. In last session also mentioned about biological transformation. What is biological transformation? The biological transformation is the clinically proved method that there is a certain bacteria which can transform one nutrient into another nutrient. It can transform calcium into magnesium, magnesium into potassium, potassium into vitamin B12, vitamin B12 into protein. That bacteria will transform one nutrient to another nutrient depend upon our emotions. If we are in peacefulness, that's why the people, most sannyasis who are in more deeper meditations, they doesn't have more problem. Because they activate this biological transformation in them. It doesn't have degenerative disease like rheumatism, osteoarthritis, diabetes, BP. Because this, they practice silence, they practice love. Love frequency can again nullify the negative emotions more and more. If you are unable to do that, use the tapping and perception breathing more and more. Okay. Any more questions?
సార్ ఎమోషన్స్ ఏవి ఉండకూడదా సార్? లైక్
మేడం కొంచెం వాల్యూమ్ పెంచి చెప్పండి.
ఎమోషన్స్ ఏమీ ఉండకూడదా? లైక్ పాజిటివ్ అండ్ నెగిటివ్ ఆల్సో, బోత్.
ఇవన్నీ పాజిటివే కదండి. ఫ్రమ్ కరేజ్ అబౌవ్ నుంచి ఇదంతా పాజిటివ్గా.
అసలు ఎమోషన్స్ అనేవి
ఉండాలని నేను చెప్తున్నామా. పాజిటివ్స్ లో కూడా, ఎమోషన్స్ లో కూడా హై పాజిటివ్ లో ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత మనం సైలెన్స్కి వెళ్ళిపోతాం.
ఓహో, ఓకే ఓకే సార్.
Live with high consciousness. Love makes you live with high consciousness. Unconditional love makes you divine consciousness. So ask me what's your questions. We'll clarify right now.
Sir, how to do personal?
Little volume, ma'am. Volume is very low.
Can you hear now, sir?
No, ma'am. Very low.
Sir, now okay?
Somewhat better, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, how to do a personal tapping to forgive ourselves, sir? Like what words to use?
Same method, ma'am, which we discussed in Parihach level 1. We use, suppose let's take a situation. In situation, we need to divide it. The more we divide, the situation, then more clarity we get. Let's take wife and husband quarreled because the husband is going to some important work. The wife forgot something else, something had happened, and wife started blaming husband that he also forgot something in past. Okay, this is a situation. The situation is over right now, and the wife need to forgive herself and clean that. The situation divided into parts. Who starts first and what it takes to where. Divide parts. How the volume, you are increasing more and more volume means you are working on, the anger is working on you, not you are not working on anger. Okay, if you reduce the volume, that is one of the another easiest method to control the anger. Okay, and here you feel you have some other we can say byproducts of emotions, byproduct of negative emotions. Right now we are anger, and I know some people who are coming to me, when there is a anger situation is there, they think that they need to escape from each other. That's why they plan for divorce. Okay, this is another emotion, and they think that they find, some people have created some more imaginations and create that you got this from your parents, so you need to get rid of the parents. These are all byproduct of negative emotions. Here, the mind created, you can say it's not mind, it's our ego. Ego make us create a person or thing to blame for. Okay, so you need to divide the situation and write it down, and you need to start work. Even though I'm not accepting myself, I'm not forgiving myself, I deeply and completely love myself, forgive myself, accept myself. You can start like that. You can also try from 0 to 10 level, in which stress level I am. Okay, and then I again try it. So that what happens, it increases, you understand the emotion level. So I become 10 level, 5 level, or 0 level. It's only imaginary. The 0 to 10 stress level is imaginary. And even you believe that imaginary, it works. Okay, like that, right, ma'am? You'll get some more information. I think Vijay ma'am, you also got it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. How to send love? That's the private question. Anyone know the answer? How to send love? Recently, I went to my kids' school. Some of the parents came to pick up the kids to the school. They're giving the flying kisses. The kids. I'm next to them. He tell that this is how to send love. Is true or false?
So it's
One
the
way,
state
sir.
of the mind. If they are giving
or true?
It's perception.
It's a gesture,
Perception.
Ante, sir. It's a gesture to show love. That's all.
But ma'am,
It's a
Perception,
gesture,
sir.
sir. It's a way
it's
of
a gesture.
showing it. That's all.
It's a how to. It's the answer for how to send love. Is it right or wrong?
Wrong, sir.
So it can also be right.
You can't say wrong,
if the
sir. It
child
is a
is innocent,
perception.
Yeah, there is no kisses. There will be no flying kisses. Yeah, it's a perception.
Yes.
If that it is a perception, the perception must be aligned with truth, or perception must be aligned with highest good, or perception must be aligned with high consciousness. Just you need to categorize which this perception comes under with among these what. A person have belief that he had a perception that if he can kill anyone, he get good he become very good fortunate through his astrology. If he believe in that, it is a good sign or bad sign? If his perception is right or wrong?
Perception is wrong, sir,
Wrong.
but it may work.
Wrong.
But he had that if I kill others, his astrology problem will be solved. But
That's what,
his
sir. It may
perception
work.
is not aligned with
Perception
any
is
of
wrong.
these things.
Yes.
His perception is not aligned with any of these conditions. 3 conditions are there. Perception must be aligned with highest good. Perception must be aligned with truth, or perception aligned with high consciousness. If any of the perception not aligned with any of these 3 conditions, then that considered as negative perception. But it appeared as positive perception.
What is first one, sir? I could not hear.
Perception aligned with highest good, perception aligned with truth, perception aligned with high consciousness.
Okay.
So sending flying kisses to the kids, I think only kids, not for others. Okay. So consider, is this comes under which perception?
highest good.
Perception of highest good, or perception of according to the truth, or perception of high consciousness?
Highest good.
Highest good.
Highest good, it is highest good.
Perception according to you, sir.
Perception according to truth.
Means whoever having that perception.
Just we can say that is perception of highest good, just create some bonding of attraction between the parents and kids. Okay, but it is just for highest good, but high consciousness or truth is different. Without body gestures also, you can frame your heart, you can send the love throughout the world. From your heart, you can send to all the animals, plants, trees, humans, sufferers. Now the many people are suffering in Afghanistan, many people are suffering in Africa. you can wholeheartedly show the unconditional love. The love with conditions is we can consider as selfishness. Love with conditions. And also many people are right now filled with what we call overwhelmed parenting or selfish parenting. You know about that? You heard about that?
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
see the children, you see the animals, dogs, cats, tigers, giraffes, elephants. Okay, elephants go with the crowd. Even elephants are the most emotional beings after the humans. They are just like humans have the groups. Elephants have the groups. Even the elephants have groups. They care about their children up to a certain age only, like all other animals. Dogs care about their puppies only certain age. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Donkeys, cats, cows also. We see the holy cow. Cow is spiritual. Even the cows take care of their calves, their kids only for certain age. A 30 is, you can say a 30-year-old cow doesn't care about their 10-year daughter cow. Yes, or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
Why means in their mind even you see the same thing happens in the birds. A newly born bird from the eggs, the mother bird take care of everything. Once it start flying, it forget about that. Yes or no? There is a
Yes, sir.
scientific evidence that there's a clinical study done on this. They find that these parent species believed that all their children are in the safe states, healthy state, so that they are busy in their own getting for food. But today, as we are evolved than animals, we doesn't feel that the children are in safe state. Yes or no? Most people have tensed about children, even they
Even
are
the
20 or
basic
25
time
years.
also we pamper, sir.
Yeah,
Of
man,
late, it's
even
like
children are
even
25
when
years
we are
old.
supposed to be taking care, we pamper them so much. We don't teach them to be ready to the world also.
That's how, ma'am, we are becoming low consciousness. We just you need to think the above said as per Chanakya Niti, up to 7 years only they are our kids. After from 7 years to 14 years, we need to consider the kids as enemies. After 14 years, we need to consider the kids as friends. That's how mentioned Chanakya Niti. But here is even the kid is 30 years old, still have what we say over attachment to the kids that make them doesn't grow their spirituality, and you also doesn't grow your spirituality. That over attachment to the kids. You suppose the kids grown certain level, you think the Usudaka Kutumbam. That's it. It's your duty of this life to take care of their kids. If if your eyes, your vision is closed with this over caring about kids, it becomes you. You know, most of the breast cancers cause is over love. You know, over love about kids or over love about parents. Over care, over love. Think like even we need to think like animals in this way. That also help us to move about 200 level consciousness. As we humans, we are more civilized, more evolved than animals. So first we need to work on the love frequency more. This is the first thing you can teach your kid. If you teach your kid, if he is a kid about any age, before he come to for endings, teach the map of consciousness, teach the emotional quotient. That is the most important thing in today's situation, not the money quotient, not even intelligence quotient. You know, in the robots have more intelligence than humans. Do you believe it? Yes or no? No one knows
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes.
Yeah. If you see, if you go to any super specialty hospital, in your, even you go to Apollo, machines work hard than the people there. Yes or no? What, ma'am, Alva, ma'am? Yeah, because
Yes,
the
sir.
machines are do more artificial intelligence. They are diagnosing. Machines are diagnosing more than the humans diagnosing. Machines have more IQ than humans. But what machines lacking is EQ, emotional quotient. That humans need to cultivate. That's we need to train our kids for that. Okay.
Energy and fear. When you're using the medicine, what kind of wording we have to use to make it an energy love?
Here, just your frequency and love. If you do the Q-field meditation with any medicine you are taking, it shifts to low frequency very fast. Okay, just do the Q-field meditation. But in Q-field meditation also, your view on God is the major priority. First thing, your view on God.
Okay.
We can't hear your voice. There's a lot of noise and the background.
Hello, what, ma'am? Your view on God. Your view on God is most crucial, ma'am. Q-field meditation, even some say in our experience also, even a few seconds of Q-field meditation with the electronic gadget which is not working, it also started working. Yesterday night also in conscious gathering, we do the Q-field meditation with mosquitoes. Within a few seconds, the mosquitoes stop biting us. Why means it's not dependent upon the Q-field meditation, it depends upon our view on God. Okay. If you feel that God is giving you unconditional love and you are giving unconditional love to the God in every form, that's the over. You can say that game is over. You become enlightened. Okay. Any more doubts?
Excuse me, sir. Sir, you said we should increase the children's emotional quotient. So, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You said we should increase the children's emotional quotient. So, apart from spending time with them and telling them good ending stories and maybe doing spirituality, what else can we do?
Teach them map of consciousness. Teach them PS methods.
Sir, I practice one thing. So as a mother, I would like to suggest her something. Ma'am, you can ask your kid to write a gratitude statement for every day. Some gratitude for what he's feeling happy about or feeling thankful about. Example, it can be having parents. It can be about having literally sight, hearing. There are many people who are not even having that. So we are actually supposed to tell them or ask them to write gratitude statements. I mean, gratitude statements in the sense, what are you thankful about today? Take for example, yesterday I asked my kid to write about I'm grateful to have you as my neighbor because, and I gave him 4 lines to write. He can choose any neighbor. So why is he thankful to have a neighbor like him or her? So something like that. Or tomorrow it can be about your brother, your cousin, your mother, your grandparents, or even just a pen, a good teacher. It can be anything, but we are just inculcating this habit of, okay, I should be thankful for having a teacher like her or like him or someone to teach us like that. So something slowly inculcating this. I am doing it. So I think if you can try, please try, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. That's really useful. Actually, I had this plan with my kids, but it's been on hold for so long. I think it's almost like thank you for brushing.
Yeah.
Just one person or one thing you can just give him and ask him to write. It doesn't take more time also.
Yeah, ma'am. Very good, ma'am. Can I add one thing to ma'am, Mamsi Pre, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah. You see this one coin. I have one coin in my hand. You need to understand that this is the coin which we are seeing is the physical part, external part of the coin. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This is the coin not because of the external part, also because of this internal part. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Suppose I hold like this, the appearance only is the external world. The this external world displayed because of its internal world. Yes or no? So your kids, you are showing very good exercise for them, that you add the internal world also. Okay, ma'am, you understand? So if we are grateful for everything in the external world, and we may make the kids to grateful for internal world also.
Like,
What
sir,
in the
I
internal
mean,
world, sir?
internal world mean.
Internal world. You are giving, I thanks for parents, I thanks for neighbors, I thanks for friends, I thanks for things. These are the external world. For internal world, they need to understand that first, they need to thank for that they are not getting angry for the last 24 hours. Okay. They need to thankful for their habits, what they're cultivating. Okay. They need to show love and they need to counter their love, unconditional love. We practice them unconditional love because this action, I know this book, there is a book called Magic. You heard about Magic? Rhonda Byrne. The Rhonda Byrne book is
Yes, sir.
thank you, thank you, thank yous. All about gratitude, the Magic book by Rhonda Byrne. When it's launched in 2016 or 17, after that book I studied very well, and I also at that time there is no proof in meditation. Just I'm saying I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, more and more, and also working that. What somewhat better I got, but I'm also got into the spiritual ego. So after to understand that I came to spiritual ego, I don't know that I came to spiritual ego. After some more time, I came to understand that I came to spiritual ego. Why again I introspect myself and find that because of this. That's why I suggesting you give the unconditional love and also high consciousness things for the children. If you make the children high conscious as a target, then all the things will be came into the part. Even desire also is a low consciousness. I understand. Desire is also low consciousness, but they need to feel that soham. Soham, dasoham. When to use soham, when to use dasoham. No, soham means I'm God. Dasoham means surrendering to God. First, we need to surrender our emotions, our thoughts. We need to surrender our emotions and our thoughts first. Okay. So that's when we surrender, as we say, I mentioned in the peril story, the mud on the peril. That also in our mind, we also have covered with some dust. When we dust of negative emotions. When we surrender one by one negative emotion to others and others, means cleaning the dust on the peril. The inner peril becomes shine. So that's why most of the religions somehow mention dasoham. Surrender God, surrender to God, surrender to God. First, surrender your emotions first. Then inner peacefulness. So in kids, very good exercise. Gratitude is very good exercise because some kids who are lacking that have many negative emotions. It's very good exercise, and add this one also, so that will build their leadership skills because they become elevated very fast. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I got a personal question now. Okay. What about the acceptance of all and surrender to divine? Yeah, ma'am, that's the same. There is no, if you see acceptance of all means whatever their emotions are, we accept everything. Okay, don't see the negative of them. Suppose here see that someone is shouting at me. I accepted it. What means? I accept the shouting. I accept the anger. Okay. Here, what in that situation he wants me to do something. That's why if I'm not doing, that's why he's showing anger. Yes or no? Most of the situation is one person is showing anger, another means he's demanding something from others.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what you need to understand. If suppose if I accept that anger, still not doing what needed, then it again repeats. Here two ways we can do. Number one is what is expected from me, that can be done or can be replaced with others or can be diverted to others. Number two, my view on him need to change. If he's shouting me, he's anger me. If I acceptance means I need to accept him as a angel, divine God form. Then if I see him as a divine, then I will show unconditional love to him. So that what happens? He doesn't show anger again to me. That is called that's the state of acceptance. It leads to the acceptance, moves to the unconditional love. Okay, how to surrender to divine when you are low consciousness? You don't say here is surrender means first surrender that low conscious emotions to God. How to surrender low conscious emotions to God? We come to the practical linear version, non-linear to linear version. You need to understand. Let's take one example to you. I have a whiteboard marker in my hand. Suppose I need to surrender to Rama Devi ma'am to this. How I need to surrender this to you? I need to give you. Yes or no? Means if I give to you, do I have it anymore? Understand?
No,
If I
no.
give to you, then I have it anymore? No. That's the crucial of surrender. If I surrender a negative emotion to you or God, then anymore I need to hold it. There will be no negative emotion. Still, if I suppose I give to you, again I'm holding this. What happens? I'm not giving to you. And so some people have that. Suppose they have the anger and frustration, even they have the pains, attachment to the pains. Most people have attachment to the pains. If you see the farmers, if you see the athletes, if you see the prisoners, these three people, farmers, athletes, and what is the third one? Prisoners, and the fourth one is coolie, railway coolie. I like that. These four people doesn't overthink on pain. Farmers, athletes, what is the third one?
Prisoners.
And coolies.
These four people, if they are hit with a nail or any iron rod hit him, he doesn't overthink on that. Now, Alvaro, I'm muting you. There doesn't overthink on that. Because of not overthinking, they get healed first. If you see an athlete, even a 20 fractures, athletes also come again to participate in Olympics and athletes. 20 fractures. But you see the people who have only small fracture, they think that is over life. True or false, ma'am?
True, sir.
True, sir. True.
So it's the attitude, perception matters. Okay. So if surrender means if a pain is there in our body, that pain gives to the nervous system some sensation. You surrender that sensation to God and forget about that sensation. That's the meaning of surrenderness. If I have the anger like this, I surrender to God, then I need to forget it. If still I am holding it, still I am holding the pain. Means holding the pain means thinking about pain, thinking about anger. Means what happens? Holding the fire in hand. Any negative emotions means holding the fire in hand. There is a saying in Telugu, ఇంట్లోనే మంట కదా ముద్దు పెట్టుకుంటే మూతి కాలిందని.
Super.
What it means is the fire, I lit the fire because it is mine. Can I kiss that fire? Because it is my fire. What happens if we kiss the fire? If you burn the lips. Same way, you think that this is my daughter, this is my son, this is my life, this is my job, this is my business, my money, my goal, means it all works like a fire. And you don't know, we all think that these negative emotions are also mine. The more we negative emotions holding means more problem is. If you are holding means you are unable to take it off, then use the perception healing methods more and more, then it will release it and hold, let it go. Here is another question. Sir, we can surrender our whole day to the divine every day. Ma'am, don't think about whole day. Okay. Think moment by moment surrender. Okay. Moment by moment, every moment surrender. Every thought what you get, surrender to that thought first. Okay, that's why in our India, for every new project they do the puja. Do you know why? For every new project, even you buy a vehicle, you even starting agriculture farming, you started, they do puja. You know why? The modern people say that for to get good results, but the truth is,
Surrendering it to the God.
yeah, the truth is they're surrendering that project to God and starting that.
Sir, so does this also mean, they're not taking even credit of the harvest also. So harvest festival untadi when you start a project also. I mean, when they start even not late
Harvest
and they also do harvesting.
Blessings of God and అది కూడా దేవుడికి సరెండర్ చేస్తారు.
That's what. So the beginning and the end, they're just ఆయనకి అన్నట్టు. Is that the reason for the festival?
Means not physically you are surrendering. The surrenderness comes in mind. You let it go of that thinking. But most people have a desire of thinking. Desire to think. You need to let go of that desire of thinking also. Okay. That thinking process, if you are unable to stop the thinking process, you are unable to come out of that thinking process, then use the PH methods and study and associate with high consciousness and try to let it go. You try to cancel those negative beliefs. Okay. Yes, any more questions as of today?
So, I just want to share a testimonial.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
I had messaged Karthik sir some days back because there was so much negativity I thought was happening with me. I said, sir, I don't even know how to handle this. I just feel like I'm being hammered. And the divine, as usual, always guides through Karthik sir. So it was almost like, how Karthik sir says, just let go. Just think that your body is not you. And that is David Hawkins from his Let Go. You just sit and watch it and let go of negative emotions. And everything turned around. What happened was my kids had COVID-like symptoms and even I had. And when we tested, we were negative.
Blessings. I was able to, do a lot of things, let go things. Okay.
Ramadevi madam, just a minute, ma'am. Just a minute. Alva ma'am need to complete after you can talk. Alva ma'am, please complete, ma'am. Then Ramadevi will continue.
Yeah. So they had COVID-like symptoms and we tested, and in the beginning it was negative, but I knew it was COVID because the symptoms were so strong and the doctor asked us to check after a week. But I had called the doctor for locum and he was positive. I wanted my father-in-law to help me. He was positive. I had to go to work with all those symptoms. So sir asked me to do healing for the home and for the hospital. And all my energy just came back in spite of, from being zero in energy, having so much body ache, just doing Kanda yoga, of course, and also that changed. And then after that, my father he's a brain tumor patient. He had a relapse. He was talking irrelevantly and he could not even walk one step. And I felt there was so much negativity around. My machines in the clinic were not working. Then my staff at home, she was sick, she left. Sir just said to remove negativity and to raise your consciousness. And I just realized that, what we had followed all along, whatever was taught to us through the divine, through Sir, if we just follow it every day, just trying to, not consciously, but at least trying to raise our consciousness and being in a positive state of mind, everything just changed. It was so amazing. It was so amazing because my father suddenly, the moment I did that and I let go, he started walking. And I also realized, which I had not realized all along, that that was a side effect of the psychiatry tablets. So somewhere it just clicked in my brain to ask a neurologist. And the psychiatrist has said it's not required, but I still asked because I felt guided. And the neurologist gave medicine where even previous symptoms started disappearing. So it actually came as a blessing. And now again, my maid left, but then I got another maid who was even better. And what I'm trying to say is the problems are still happening, but because of raising our consciousness, I still haven't reached. I'm still in the progress. I have a long, long way to go. But whatever little I have raised has helped us so much. So if we try to raise it even more, it could be so miraculous. Now I'm not even bothered. My assistant doctor is in the ICU. He's saying, "I'll come back. You must be troubled." I'm saying, "Take your time. Even if you come for 10 days is not enough." My maid who's sick and left, she said she's not going to come back. I'm like, it's okay. Anything that's happening around is almost like a drama, like a stage, and I'm standing and watching. So this is all thanks to the PH method, sir, to the divine, and obviously you as our messenger instrument.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Awesome, ma'am. That's really inspiring and teaching us a lot of things.
And sir is always there to guide us all the time. So that it's the biggest blessing for us, I feel, in our
Our
life.
angel, actually, our angel.
You are my angels.
We all are associated
Sir,
with one
angel
high
without
conscious person.
wings, sir.
There's
Angel
a
without
thought in my
wings,
mind,
sir.
angel without wings. But then I think that's also wrong, because he keeps flying high with his consciousness and taking us along. So there are wings which we can't see.
We all are near one high conscious person.
Absolutely. Yes.
Automatically raising our consciousness.
We are blessed with the divinity.
And that consciousness is such such a higher level that even though it is online, it is equal to or more than offline.
Yes, very true, very true.
So true. We don't feel this is offline. So true.
Yes.
It's like as if you're sitting one-to-one and giving us the class.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it is like sitting next to the high conscious person.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Because it's not about me, it's about divine's grace. It's all about God's grace you are experiencing. But God showed my label to you, but I'm referring to him again.
Sir,
Even
Karuna
God
is a
will
blessing,
guide
sir.
me also
Actually,
in the
I don't
form
know
of
how.
Dr. Karthik only, sir.
Yeah.
Even
Karuna
guidance, even I'm getting a divine guidance also in the name of Dr. Karthik only. Anything when I do,
That's so, ma'am.
immediately
That's
you will
no,
flash, sir.
that's what
You
I
will
know
say,
that
ma'am.
many people, as of now, more than 100 people message me that I am came to their dream and guided them.
Yes, sir.
But
That's
simply
what.
my reply is, it's not me, it's your favorite God. Use my body has come to your dream.
That's what, sir. Exactly your dialogue in the same way, like how you say, ma'am, all that. Exactly, it is like that. Means only since you are saying we have to believe that divine came in your form. Otherwise, we will think it is you only.
Yeah, it's not me. I have also confirmed that it's not me.
Yes, sir. That's what I am
I
saying.
don't know
Since
how
you
to
are
come to
saying,
others'
we have
dreams.
to.
Yeah. Yeah, ma'am. Ramadevi, ma'am, please continue yours, ma'am. You're saying something. Ma'am, please unmute yourself, ma'am. Ramadevi, ma'am.
After 1 year, last 1 year, I was peaceful because I got some guidelines through PH methods, which I always think why I'm correct, why other people are doing like this. So always emotionally affected. But when you gave me PH level 1 class, and I started things, in that manner, and I was connecting to Q field, and I was very, very happy. And whatever I could do, morning I think of connecting and thinking of you. That is my pattern. But my emotional pain, sometimes very close to people, has always been having. And that is, one is my husband and one is my mother. My mother, I got corrected, but she has a way, old timer. I think whatever it is, she's naming all the things which I could not. Maybe I think you noted me that I'm having a ego. I don't know what ego I have, because I always accept and go forward last 1 year. But now I realized, how I became so low conscious, where that pain is so intense. So 1 week I could not sleep, but after your energy medicine and guidelines of Sasikala madam, I'm so blessed that I could clear that after 1 week. Completely could not sit, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep. 1 week, I could not sit, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sit, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep, not sleep, not stand, nothing. 1 week, I could not sleep, not sleep, not Whatever I could do, I was just collapsing. I cannot even have a wink. So back is aching, also this thing. But I was thinking of you how to, tell you, how to tell you. So in this process, I could get through the Sasikala and I received my, energy medicine. And then she guided me how to do this. So 1.5 day, I could have a lot of relief my gastric disorder and the pain and the back pain, and I could sleep after 10 days. This was my, I thought I'll put in conscious level beneficial group also that I'm sick. But because of you, I could not, I recovered. But I want to go to this divine surrender, the way you mentioned. Why I become so low conscious also, I don't know. And what is the reason why I'm so painful for everything? So many things, what personally I do everything as much as possible, let go things. But when it comes to the other people, their things I cannot manage, both ways, financially and physically, mentally, which I don't demand anybody anything. So now I'm realizing I have to go very high level consciousness through divine, through surrender, through you, because you are a divine soul for me and forever. And this, if I'm today talking to you, this is because of you. And that is divine blessings happening to me regular basis. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. If suppose someone, there is a saying in that we need to help the suffering, we need to help the poor people, we need to help the people who are less fortunate than us. There is a common thing in all the religions. What it means is, if someone had a suffering, he may be your family member or out of your family, your perception must be positive on that person. That is the first thing you need to get rid of their suffering. For example, if someone came to me, to my clinic for some health problem, first I ask everything as a doctor and everything, I start consultation, everything while make him giving the my prescription. In my mind, I change myself and see them as a complete healthy person. Okay, that's the real thing you need to do. If I am holding still, they are patients. If still they are suffering, even the medicines given or not, if still they are suffering, means I am supporting the negativity. So we need to change. If someone come to us, share their problems, means you need to change your perception on them. That's why they are coming to you. Why I always say high conscious people attract more and more people of low conscious people, and they nullify him, means this high conscious person make them high conscious. Also, this high conscious person doesn't remember about other problems. They think that all are divine souls, all doesn't have problems. If you think that your father have problem, your mother have problem, your children have problem, means their problems will be increase.
Like
So,
today morning, I didn't have two maid servants who always work. They're gone. Suddenly I realized I did everything what is possible on the table. I run the PG also, and table also done, everything done. But they come very lately. Then my puja is affecting. I want to attend this class. So, and as usual, my husband says, can't you do this much also? Morning se me kara tha, which he's not even noticed. Second thing, he's asked me in front of guests, you can't manage this also. So this manager not just putting upma or something. He has a way of doing things like, Atidhi Devo type mein karte hai. So he gives a fruit and cream and then soup, and this is bone soup. And then some saja dosa, all these things, it will take half an hour to place. My puja is affected. Here my classes, I'm more with it. So I waited up to 10:30. Easily he could say and walk away to the market.
and here you need to forgive.
But there I thought, no, yes, sir said you should have a smile and let go.
Yeah, ma'am.
That's what I thought.
You forgive your husband.
इसमें मेरा गलती क्या है? Morning से वो देखा भी था.
Your guilty is seeing the negative on others, ma'am.
No, because blame comes without knowledge, I try my best. कोई नहीं आया तो मैं कर ही लिया. But
Yeah,
even then,
I'm not saying that they're blaming on you. I'm saying that you are seeing negative on them.
No,
Okay, I'm
when
not
it
saying there. You
comes,
can't control others, man. We can't control our own life partners. We can't control our own organs in our body, man.
yes, yes, correct.
Okay, we
That's
can't
true.
control our liver. We can't control our pancreas. We can't control sugar. We can't control even our own digestion system. But we
Uh,
can control
Here
our
I want to say one thing,
emotions.
sir. Can I say?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, sir. During COVID, actually, when my husband was tested positive, maybe he is having internal fear because he is a diabetic and hypertension patient. So that he was expressing in a different way. Means if I am giving medicines, he won't take. And he is saying the medicines are only to kill me. And then whenever if I give the food also, he is not liking my food or it is like outside the food. First, even in the beginning, I also got a little irritated, sir, because I am also not feeling well. I'm giving everything. And then suddenly I realized I did Q field and I kept one perception. Internally, I was Dakshinamurti, no fear, nothing. And externally, I thought, even though he is a elder person, he is not having the mental maturity of an elder person. Let him be a child only. So internally maintaining that, externally I scolded him. If you want to get well, either you listen to me or you call someone, I will leave you and I'll go. Just like a child, I scolded him, you have to take medicines in front of me. I used to stand there, I make him medicine, and then I did. But internally, I was maintaining that. Then he started recovering. And again, my son got COVID positive. And that day he was crying with severe body pains. And actually, his fear is he is in a town. He is thinking, array in Bombay means you are having big, big hospitals. Here, hospital are not that good. So what to do? Then I told him, why you are thinking so ahead about the hospitals? Just you think you are coming out. So again, I maintained that state internally. And he recovered in 3 days, sir. My husband took 1 week because initially that anger he was having, and I was also unable to deal. So it took a little bit, maybe 6 to 7 days. And with same technique when I used with my son, he was healed in 3 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, he got the negative report.
Yeah,
And
thank you,
this is,
ma'am.
of course, due to Karthik sir only, because whenever I'll get any doubt or if I'm going wrong, immediately Karthik sir will remind me, Array, ma'am, this is your emotion. Is this correct? Either he will ask me, is this correct? Or he will say, ma'am, is it right? Or he will say, change your perception. These are the only 3 dialogues I will get from the sir. Immediately, he will give me the hint. Ma'am, is it true? Or is it your perception? Or he will say, change.
Ma'am, be clarity. Is it me?
Huh?
The question is asking you.
Sir, for low conscious people like us, yes, it is you.
Actually, Nagalakshmi ma'am, here my voice somehow guided like that. The question
Yes, sir.
is in mind. Yes, ma'am, that is true, no?
Ah, yes, sir. It is a perception, sir.
Yeah.
You are saying, sir, you are saying.
Perception aligned with high consciousness, sir. High consciousness
Yeah. Somehow she was guided with my voice. Is it right? Is it true? And asking in her mind so that she's checking herself and correcting her perceptions. Okay, that's how, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But that hint I will come only if it reaches to a very high level, sir. In the sense, if it is lightly manageable, for example, if he is angry and I am also angry, it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Then I won't get any hint. But if it is really a little higher level and I really start thinking, array, this is becoming worse, or I also may be entering into the negative emotion state. Not fully entered, but at the verge. Then immediately I'll get your guidance. In one way, either you are hinting me that I am going to enter into the negative, or how to be in the positive, or what need to be done at that time.
Actually, it's your divine using my voice to guide you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. I can suggest you try for giving from your heart unconditional love to your family members, including your husband, for 2 weeks. Just for 2 weeks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, I also want to share something.
Yeah.
So whenever I do something like as I said, you always come to my house every day. That is through videos. I sit and I have allotted my half an hour to 45 minutes of a day to watch the any PH videos which you share so lovingly, you know. So I make it a point. So what happens is, since I watch the videos, you're always there. Any situation comes, or even if I'm doing anything, I think, what will Karthik sir do? And then immediately I use any of the PH methods. So today, one of my guests had come from India, and he's one of my friend's son. So I had thought that I will send him lunch, because he has to stay in the home only. He can't come out. So I had prepared everything, and I was trying for a drop, and I was trying for a two-wheeler. For more than 15 minutes, I was doing Q field, but I was not getting. I said, where am I going wrong? What is happening? Why I'm not getting the pickup guy, you know? But the best thing is, with the same amount of rate for whatever is charged for the two-wheeler, I got a cab guy, and he came for the pickup, and for the same amount, you know. I was very happy, and he delivered even faster. So that was one more thing. And this surrender, I do it every day, sir. I do it every day, that whatever my actions, I surrender to God. And the same thing I have told my children and my husband also. Initially, when I told them, I used to stand beside them and make them do it, because I wanted to get that satisfaction that they have understood the concept. And after a week, I have left. And now they slowly are following into that track of surrendering whatever their action in the feet of the divine. Thank you, sir. Thank you so
So
much for
that
your guidance.
meditation, yes, ma'am. That's how God grace and Q-Film meditation works. If you surrender everything, and as Hema ma'am wants bike ride and she got the cab ride, that's how the high school will happen.
Yes, sir. I was really surprised, because usually cab will charge more for the drop, and two-wheelers will be very less. But then two-wheelers were charging somewhere around 16 or 19, and the cab is usually charged for 25 to 28, but I got it for the same $16.
Great, ma'am. Very good. Thanks for feedback. Thanks for everyone who gave the feedback.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you all. Actually,
My gratitude to you.
Sir, I have something to say.
Yeah, ma'am. We'll complete with you.
Sir, actually, I think most of you might not be knowing. 1.5 months back, I went for the consciousness gathering at Hyderabad. Before that, I don't know, I was going into some low conscious or whatever you call it, but there is some stress that was going on at home, and there are a lot of things that was working my mind out. So I stayed away from all the practices of consciousness, perceptional healing, everything. But there was one thing that was guiding me off all this, is because I was conscious, or I know that there is something wrong that is happening, and I should stay away from this, is something that my mind is keep telling me that, you know, stay away from this. Yeah, you're getting stressed, kind of thing. But it is telling me that I'm stressed indirectly. And that is one thing. And suddenly I was not following the groups, nothing at all. All I was doing is on and off, I'm keeping Jaladeepa. That's all I was doing. And then suddenly Anita ma'am kept consciousness gathering. I met Karthik sir. And sir, the moment he saw me, he told me that, Madam, Shani is going on, come on. He's working out on you. It happens, so try doing something and get back to track. And ma'am, sir, special thanks to Sasikala ma'am. I should mention this. She is behind me, and she's like, every week she calls me, she tells me, ma'am, where are you? How are you? What are you doing? And all this. So this back, see, if God is, as sir, just now you told Devi ma'am that, you know, it's the divine who is showing me, showing him in my form or something of that sort. But seriously, sir, yes, that is very, very, very true, because if God is not trying to help me out that day, because there was a choice, I could have missed that consciousness gathering because I had a big event at home. I could have missed it, but I made sure that no, I want to go for this consciousness gathering because I'm off track. So that push or that thought which happened with me also happened because of God. God is what I believe. Completely, sir, because it without you, without the PH methods, definitely it is not possible. I personally feel Karuna madam is a blessing, because with
Corona shows Karuna.
yeah, no sir, seriously, Karuna వచ్చే ముందు ముందే I came attended the PH method 1 in Hyderabad, and after that, if I'm able to handle Corona or whatever situations in my life, it is because of perceptual healing, and I'm thankful for that. Adi Miku, thanks is a very, 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 very small word.
God, ma'am, God's the real doer, not me. He's doing the wonders.
Sir, మీరు క్రెడిట్ తీసుకోరనే సార్, ఇంతసేపు నేను దేవుడు మిమ్మల్ని పంపించారని అన్నా.
అదే మేడం, దేవుడు మిమ్మల్ని కూడా పంపించారు మేడం.
No.
Okay, thanks you all. Thank you all. Please, I request to everyone to elevate your conscious, work for the highest good, and show unconditional love in every aspect of life, or surrender every moment. And next we have who are in Nellore, who can come gather to the next conscious gathering next Thursday in Devikamam house. And next month we have Bachelor of Remedies workshop, which is in Telugu, first time ever. And the instructor course also will start by March ending or in April first week. Second part of instructor course. Who are interested, you can join. The people who want to who will join now also have access to the first part also, no problem at all. You can ask the conscious healers or any of our admins to update with that. That are the updates I had to give you. And I hope you are also planning for, as per disease consultancies, many people are asking. That's how I'm also planning for some other method of promotion. Today I'm trying a method called, by today 8:30 Metaphysical Remedies group, we start a video chat in Telegram, especially not about conscious and perception healing methods, but if you want any suggestions for diseases to recover, I will guide you by night 8:30, not through Zoom link, through Telegram video chat. There is much chances of not having recording. Just 8:30 to 9 or 9:30. The people permit, we have 9:30. Okay, you can join. Okay?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, excuse me, sir. సార్ మెర్క్యూరీ రిట్రోగ్రేడ్ అయిపోయింది కదా సార్, ఇప్పుడు సన్ అండ్ సాటర్న్ రొటేషన్ ఉందని చెప్పారు కదా సార్. కెన్ వి స్టార్ట్ న్యూ థింగ్స్ సార్?
డిపెండ్ అపాన్ యువర్ ఆస్ట్రాలజీ, కానీ ఇప్పుడైతే వద్దని చెప్తారు.
అప్పుడు బ్యాచ్ ఫ్లవర్ రెమెడీ రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ ఎప్పుడు చేసుకోవాలి సార్?
నేను మొదలు పెట్టేసాం కదా, మీది కదా, నేను మొదలు పెట్టేసాను కదా. మీరు ఆల్రెడీ ఆ కోర్స్ లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళే, మీరు అప్డేట్ చేసుకుంటున్నారు.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Projects, they are depending upon more than 100 people involving, more than 1 crore people involving, means you need to think on that. If you are thinking only yourself, alasyam amrutam visham. Okay. If you think group of people involving, then nidaname pradhanam. Devika garu arthamainda?
అర్థం కాలేదు సార్.
మీరు ఒక్కరే ఇన్వాల్వ్ అయితే ఆలస్యం అమృతం విషయం కూడా వెంటనే దూకేయాలి, పని చేయాలి. మీతో ఇన్వాల్వ్ అయ్యారు అనుకోండి, చాలా మంది ఒక గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ తో మీరు బిజినెస్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఒక కంపెనీ పెడతారు, మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ యూనిట్ పెడతారు, చాలా మంది ఇన్వాల్వ్ అయినారు దాంట్లో. అప్పుడు మీరు నిదానంగా వెళ్ళాలా, ముహూర్తాలు చూసుకోవాలా, దానికి వెళ్ళాలి.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే, దట్స్ వాట్ ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యు రిఫర్ టు ద Garuda Purana, Lord Vishnu tells the Garudmanta that do the work which you need to do the work at morning, which you need to do work at evening. సాయంత్రం చేసుకుని ఉదయం చేసి రేపు చేసుకుని ముందే చేసి అని చెప్పారు.
సార్, ఒక క్వశ్చన్ సార్. గరుడ పురాణంలో రాసిన రూల్స్ ప్రకారం అయితే కనుక ఇప్పుడు ఉండడం అనేది చాలా కష్టం కదా సార్?
చేయకండి అంతే కదా.
అంటే లేడీస్ కి వాళ్ళు చాలా రూల్స్ రాశారు.
అట్లా కాదండి, గరుడ పురాణంలో అలా చెప్పబడింది, ఒకప్పుడు అలా ఉండేది అనేది. మీలో ఉన్న నెగిటివ్ అంతా పోవడానికి గరుడ పురాణాన్ని పారాయణ చేయమంటారు. అప్పుడున్న సఫరింగ్స్ అని చూస్తే మన లైఫ్ లో సఫరింగ్స్. మీరు లెవెల్ 2 లో ఉన్నారా?
3 లో ఉన్నా సార్.
లెవెల్ 2 లో నేను దాని గురించి ఆల్రెడీ డిస్కస్ చేశాను. డ్రీమ్స్ ఎలా పనిచేస్తాయి. మనకు ఒకడు డ్రీమ్ లో ఎవరన్నా ఇఫ్ యూ సీ ద మర్డర్ ఇన్ డ్రీమ్ డజంట్ హ్యాపెన్ ఇన్ రియల్ లైఫ్.
ఓకే.
If you go through a story of sadness, then that doesn't come in real life. Understand? Suppose a person, in one of the astrology, one person have expectation that he will burn his body. If he studied that burning through Garuda Purana, it doesn't happen in his life.
Okay. So we can read in normal days also Garuda Puranam.
Yeah, you can read it, but you need to elevate that consciousness.
Okay.
Most of the Puranas are the common people. For the common public, it is given.
But people say,
if you understand that, then you come to the Upanishads level.
Yeah, people say that Garuda Puranam only should read on that 10 days. If somebody dies, only those days they should read.
Because to prevent a negativity.
Ma'am, that's a myth because I read Garuda Purana when I was pregnant and nothing happened. This is something I can very well tell you. But
Maybe,
yes, when you read it, you get really scared. Oh my God, if I do this mistake, this happens. But actually, when after I read the book, I realized that it will keep you on track. Okay, idi tappu ani cheppatanik at least you have a guidebook, a reference where, okay, this is considered wrong. I mean, disrespecting a guest based on, the money earned or, their, అలా లెక్క పెట్టుకుంటే yes. అలా ఒక రెఫరెన్స్ గైడ్ గా ఆలోచించండి. డోంట్ లిటరలీ టేక్ ఇట్ లైక్ యూ షుడ్ నాట్ బి డూయింగ్ దిస్ అంటే మళ్ళీ ధర్మం అనే దాని గురించి కూడా చెప్పారు కదా దానిలో. You should follow the dharma. So that is also, so it should be referred as a reference book. That's it.
Yes, ma'am. Maybe next year we will try to guide the Puranas in high conscious state. We will try to that, and we will try to decoding many of the things to make the people understand, because many people using the low conscious purpose, we are using for high conscious purpose. We will refer that.
Oh, good sir.
Okay, friends.
Thank you, sir, for raising this point.
Catch you later.
Because now I am advised to read, sir, Garuda Purana, because my mother-in-law is expired, and it's a timely discussion. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.